What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to another movie review. And yes, I'm gonna apologize for background noise, but I'm gonna just deal with that for this video. But last night, I went and saw Birds of Prey, and I thought, why not give it a review? Because it's the thing I do on this channel. I review movies sometimes. Um, and here's the thing about that's probably thinking, oh, you still haven't reviewed Rise of Skywalker. Where's your review of Rise of Skywalker? I will get to it. I know, but I wanted to get this done as soon as I can because this is a movie I really wanted to review and was on my list. And it's only the second movie I've seen this year. And so I was thinking, what was the first? It was Doolittle. I still haven't reviewed Doolittle. I'm going to get around to reviewing Doolittle. It's just the fact that I've been slacking on YouTube lately. I know, don't get mad at me. I have been slacking a lot lately. But let's go ahead and just talk about some of the things that I liked about this movie, something that I didn't like, and just talk about the bread. Let's get into the bread and butter of this movie. So, Birds of Prey, to me, I kind of agree with something I've seen a few other critics say, is that this really isn't a Harley Quinn movie. And I agree. It's not Harley Quinn. It's not really a Birds of Prey movie because the movie focuses on Harley more than any other character. It's not like when in Suicide Squad where we did get some stuff with other characters. Because we did get some stuff with Rick Flag. We did get some stuff with Enchantress. We did get some stuff with Deadshot. And yes, I know a lot of people didn't like Suicide Squad. Personally, I did. But, will I say I liked this more than Suicide Squad? I'm a little on the fence. I don't really know if I like this more than Suicide Squad. There is more stuff I liked about it. I did like that there wasn't this big, super, like, there wasn't a bunch of, like, powers and super, like, power things, like, and, like, stuff like how there wasn't Suicide Squad. There wasn't as many things like that. I did like that. And the fact that this really is more of a Harley Quinn movie, I do get why they called it just Birds of Prey. But they also have the little subtitle on there and the something Harley Quinn, which is not surprising. Is that's what they. And I'm gonna go ahead and say one thing before I get to anything else. Do stay after the credits. There's not an after credits scene, but there is like a little joke that fans will appreciate, and I think it is worth sitting around for. Birds of Prey was such a interesting movie, and this movie's rated R, by the way, so it's surprising. For the most part, this was something I didn't see. Like, why is this rated R? This doesn't seem like it should be rated R. Watching it for a little bit, and then it gets to a part where I'm like, okay, now I see why this movie is rated R. And I was like, just really wondering, like, why is this movie rated R? I'm very confused. And then we get to the stuff where it's showing, like, oh, this is why it's rated R. Obviously, they use the F word quite a bit, which doesn't surprise me. It's a rated R film. Something that does surprise me in this movie, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking. I'm like, did you have a conversation with Deadpool before you made this movie, Harley? Because she's like, I imagine there was like a little meeting with Harley before the movie was made. This is a joke, by the way. And she's like, Deadpool came in and he's like, okay, your movie, you need to talk to the camera a lot. There's this narration stuff that happens with Harley about 90% of the movie, which I don't mind in the slightest, which it actually can be pretty funny sometimes. Which gets me to my next point, which is the comedy. The comedy with this movie is pretty good. I caught myself laughing quite a few times. Even there's a lot of comedic stuff in this thing with Harley and some of the other characters as well. It was really, really nice. And now, with the plot is pretty generic. It's a plot we've seen before, but not really in this way, in my opinion. It seems pretty interesting with the way it's done, and don't get me wrong, I don't know much about the Birds of Prey. I don't know really. I know about a few characters. I know some of the members that are in the Birds of Prey that were not in this. I'm pretty sure that Poison Ivy and Catwoman are part of this team at one point. So I'm wondered why they didn't put them in there. Probably they might be wanting to save for later down the road. And the fact is, DC movies have been getting a lot better recently. Like I haven't seen Aquaman, but I heard good things. Shazam was good. This was pretty darn good. I can't lie and say I didn't enjoy this. Now, when the movie first started, I was like, please don't tell me I'm going to walk out hating this. Because the first little few minutes, the first like 10, 15 minutes, I was like, yeah, I was thinking like, what, why is this like this? Why do I feel so much like I'm not gonna like this right now? But then the movie started to pick up speed and started getting better with some of the ridiculousness of it, and I loved it. And we get to the fight scenes, which looked fan freaking tastic, which I freaking loved. The action scenes were done so well. They're shot so uniquely, and just and I tell you one thing, Harley, these characters love to hit guys in their no spots a lot. Because every time they did it, I was like, ooh, there's one scene where Harley, it's a guy there with her mallet, and I'm like, ooh, I feel that man's pain. And that's just really like, oh, yeah, that's rough. That's rough getting hit in your no square. Oh, that's just really, oh, that sucks. It like really sucks for that to, oh. But let's get into talking about some of the other characters. Black Canary is the one other character we see the most out of, because we see her pretty early on in the movie, and we get a little hint of her, of something about her later on. I'm not going to reveal stuff. If you know Black Canary, you know what I'm kind of talking about, or if you've seen the movie already, you know what I'm talking about. And it was done in a very interesting way, how they just revealed that. It was like, it doesn't seem like it was built up to, except for like one scene where she actually has to do her thing. And I'm like, huh, wasn't expecting that, but should I been? Like, with it being Black Canary, it's the whole, I know a lot of the action scenes are really good with her as well, and she's got some funny moments. Another one is Huntress is probably the one we get the least with, is Huntress. And even though I like Huntress's character, she reminds me of some of my friends. I'm like, I know someone like this. And legit, just her whole motivation, her whole thing with the movie, and like her whole point, like really didn't make sense to me at first. Like, why is she here? Like, and then I'm like, then we get to the point. It was like, okay, that was her point. But then when she worked, and like, and then there's Renee, something, I don't remember her last name. She in this movie was also really nice. She was probably my least favorite though, because she wasn't really a villain or superhero type thing. She was just a cop. And a lot of the time, I'm like sitting there like, and there's things talked about with this character. I'm like, okay, that's gonna go somewhere, but it didn't. But it didn't bother me really, because when she was on screen, she wasn't unbearable. I enjoyed stuff with her on screen, even though she could have been a little bit annoying at some points. But that's just a nitpick. And then we got the villain. Well, also this little girl character, which I thought from the trailer she would have been a member of the Birds of Prey. I don't know why I thought that, but if she is from the comics or something, tell me down in the comments. In the comments, I'd love to know. I've never read a Birds of Prey comic, and I'm really curious to know if there is. And the fact is that that character was, she was kind of annoying for the little kid, and just the fact that the movie kind of like, they have to go at their centers around her a tiny bit, not a lot, but there's like, she's like in the center of everything kind of. Like I said, this is a Harley Quinn movie. Harley Quinn is the main focus, which is no problem with me. A lot of this, there's not really any CGI from what I could tell, and what CGI was used looked alright. There's an explosion scene pretty close to pretty early on in the movie that looks really nice. It reminds me of some of the explosions from the Lego Batman movie, Lego Batman game 2 video game. It reminded me a lot of that, and I thought that was really unique. So it was pretty cool to see how they were gonna handle that scene. And I tell you one thing though that really got me on this movie. They knew not to show a face to the Joker. They have a few, one or two flashback scenes where you see the back of his head, but they know not to show his face because Jared Leto isn't in this movie. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that Jared Leto is not in this movie. He's not allowed to play Joker anymore. From what I've researched and stuff, he's not allowed to play Joker anymore. So they knew we have to hide his face. We can't show his face. We have to have somebody with their back turned. I know there's the digital enhancing and all that stuff. We've seen It Chapter 2 and how weird that can look. But like, I was like, and like one thing I really wish would have happened within Suicide Squad was that Joker shouldn't have survived. That the helicopter crash, because it would have given Harley motivation. It would have made more sense leading into this movie. But obviously, they kept him alive for a reason, and the fact is, though, I kind of wish they would have killed him off, still, because of the whole real-life scenario, Jared Leto and all that. I hope we're able to get, like, a look-alike or something for, I don't know how they're going to do that in the future, how the Joker stuff's going to work. Because this movie is still technically within the DCEU. I'm pretty sure that's still a thing, because I'm pretty sure every movie that's came out recently, except for Joker, is part of the DCEU. Or maybe Joker is part of it, and it's just part on a separate Earth, on one of the Infinite Earths. Because we also learned recently the CW shows are part of the DCEU as well. They're just part of the Infinite Earths. But the thing is, just with this movie, it's done in such a great way. It's shot tremendously. The colors are great. A bunch of the characters that are just on screen, and even they really don't come together like a fighting team until around the last the last act of the movie. And I'm like, oh well, that's a little disappointing that's how that goes. But honestly, the fact that the movie focuses on Harley Quinn doesn't bother me that much. The fact that she's just funny in this movie. Harley is funny. There's a scene where there's like a little bit of like dramatic, the other stuff is happening, and all of a sudden Harley Quinn is just like, she's kind of like paralyzed in one scene. And she like pulls the little thing out of her neck, and she's like the bot is a character's body sitting right next to her. She just starts going, and then one person says something, and she goes. I thought that was really a little touch. I thought it was funny, and a lot of the stuff that was just going on in the movie, I really wasn't on the edge of my seat the whole time. I was like, oh no, there's no really any moment like, oh no, is that character gonna die? Because is this gonna happen? There's no moment in this movie where I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Because there wasn't nothing to look out for with that. It was, and with the fact that there really was no superpowers involved, just watch the whole movie, there'll be something. There was no superpowers involved, which was really interesting. The way how the hyena is introduced, like that kind of was a thing. Joker and Harley had pet hyenas. And the way it's used in this was really interesting. It really wasn't used the way I thought it would. It was just more of a pet. So sorry if you were looking forward to seeing a. Yeah, and this little thing about this cool thing that shows a bunch of people that Harley has wronged, and it was. I'd say this review was just coming talking about Harley at this point. But the movie was pretty darn good. I can't say I hated it. I can't say it was I don't know if it's as good as Suicide Squad or not. It might be a little bit better, It was like they could do a bunch of things better. And I do like the fact that there's no impending world-threatening villain this time. It's just this guy, this big like mob boss, and the villain is so great. I can't lie. I had so much fun with the villain this whole time. And I don't know much about Black Mask. I'm pretty sure he's in one of the Arkham games. That's pretty much my only knowledge of him. So going into this, I wasn't super like, oh, they're gonna ruin my child. They're gonna ruin him. It was the same thing when I saw Spider-Man: Far From Home. I wasn't worried that they were gonna do Mysterio, but this was really good though. And so guys, I'm gonna have to give this movie I'm gonna give it a low solid 4.5. That's what I'm gonna have to give this movie, because I liked it. For the second movie I've seen this year, it's not bad. I'll be getting my review for Rise of Skywalker and Doolittle up very soon. I'll probably get Doolittle before Rise of Skywalker, sorry. I still have to get my Spies in Disguise review out. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!